That's a crazy statement. When you're 8-year-old, you were grown.
Yeah, I was already grown. Like I looked at pictures. I seen a picture of me holding this basketball when I was a kid, and I remember holding this basketball, like glue in the dark, and I remember like playing with it. I remember being with it, holding it, and like just seeing it around the house. And I look at a picture of myself holding it, and I was like, damn. Like I looked like I was a child, not even a kid, like a baby still. And I was already feeling like I was already looking at my teachers like, bitch, I don't know what fucking is, but I will fuck you. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like I was already grown. I was already watching like Hustle and Flow, Scarface, you know, because my parents were still kids. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just got to be a kid with them.
How old was your mom when you were born?
I think she was like 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember watching Scarface all the time with my mama, and every single time before she died, she'd be like, Tony, turn around, Tony. Like, this is going to change something. But yeah, I remember that was a movie that made her cry.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. She was rooting for Scarface.
Yeah, she cried when Tony died. She was fucked up about that shit.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
She cried when Tony died.
I remember it was me, SB, Quincy, and I feel like Romeo was definitely there because he was living with us. And Keelan might have been alive. Yeah, he was, because Joseph was definitely alive. These are all my cousins. Like, I never needed friends because I always had siblings. And I was the oldest of all of them. So, like, man, I'm making a pallet. I got all of us sleeping in the living room together. And, you know, like I said, my parents were still kids, so they out doing kid stuff at the club, party, and then all this and that. So while they're doing that, I'm playing Scarface and all this other shit, you know. But I remember we were sleeping in bed one time, and my mother comes in and she wake SB up. SB, we whipped those bitches' ass, all this and that. We got them. Like my mama just got into a bar fight with somebody and came home talking about, yeah, we whipped them bitches' ass. I remember smelling the cold night on her. Does that make sense?
A cold night.
Like you ever like it's cold at night and then you're inside and then somebody come in, it's like you could feel the cold on them and like smell it and shit. Like I don't know how to explain it. I just felt the cold come off of her body and I smelled her, and I always knew she was around because I heard high heels. Like when she would pick me up from daycare, I always knew it was my mama because she's the only one coming in high heels, you know. And yeah, my mama, she was just crazy. Her name was Sophia Ann Gaska.
Wow, what a crazy way to grow up.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's definitely worse. You know what I'm saying? It's not even crazy. It's just we was just living. I remember I wasn't even sitting in car seats. Like my mother would be driving, holding my little baby brother, and I'd be standing in the passenger seat with my arm on the seat like this, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. Just living, like, you know.
This is wild.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to develop a rapper.
Correct. My mama, so boys would come around and they'd be like, you know what I'm saying? My mama would always tell them, Sophie, my son gonna be a rapper. You know, they'd be, Sophie, all right, Sophie. You know what I'm saying? No, my son gonna be a rapper. I was failing every class in the first grade, and my tia Rosario told me this story. My tia Rosario she's not my tia, but like we were very close, so like they're family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. And she was actually in the car with my mother when she passed, and she, you know, they were tight, man. And she told me that I was failing every class in the first grade, and her and her friends were like, Sophie, he failing in the first grade, like, what the fuck going on? He's spelling stop, you know? And she was like, fuck that school. My son gonna be a rapper. And my dad would wake me up before school at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when I was in the 7th grade. And he'd wake me up. He'd be like, son, you ready to whoop ass? I'd be like, man, I gotta get ready for school. And he's like, fuck school. You ready to get down there and whoop ass? And he wasn't saying fuck school because, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he always pressed like being good and getting knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But like, he knew I didn't give a fuck. He knew I was just saying that, so he's like, in his mind, he's like, motherfucker, you gonna get up and come down here and rap, you know? Because he would party every night, and he had the shit that people wanted, and women wanted to be with him, and men wanted to be him. So every night after they get done partying, Monday through Sunday, he would always bring the party back home, and he would have me a house full of women sitting on the fucking stairs lined up, one sitting on the refrigerator. We had two. I had a master of, and he was mixed with Press Canaria. I think I said that right. His name was Bronson, like Charles Bronson. He was brindle, and his eyes were orange, lit up, orange. Oh, just a beast. And I could see the house, and we were living in a duplex, so then it looked like it's even more crowded, you know? And my dad would play like a Ghetto Boys beat, which is like 5 minutes fucking long if you don't know. Right. So I'm about 2-3 minutes in, and he's like, the fuck you slowing down for? The beat ain't over. And I had to jump back on and not eat these grown-ass men alive. Alive.
And how were you writing your raps back then? Were you writing them in your head, or were you writing them down?
Everything was on a pad.
Yeah?
I had everything in notebooks. I was supposed to be taking notes in school, and I'm writing. You know, so, I didn't do anything else except for write, draw, or read.
So from the beginning, that's what you wanted.
It's not what I wanted. It's what my mama wanted. I don't even think I still know what I want to this day.
Really?
I think I just want to be okay. I don't even give a fuck about this money, the fame. I don't give a fuck about. I love the music because I mean I'm blessed and I'm grateful for it. I cherish it because like it's my living and I'm comfortable off of it. This is what my mama wanted. You know what I'm saying?
So to this day, you're not sure that that's what you wanted.
I don't think it is. I think what I want is just love. I missed out on a lot of love. I want a family. I just want to be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want a simple life.
I think that happens to a lot of people when they get pushed into something at a really young age. You hear that with a lot of athletes, a lot of young fighters, a lot of young football players. They're just like, I never knew what I wanted to do. They told me what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know, and then here I am successful. Like, I guess this is all right, but am I even me?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a product.
Correct.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm definitely me, and but this was definitely for my mama.
Well, look, it worked out.
Yeah, definitely.
Think of how happy she'd be right now.
Man, bro, and that's one thing I just want to see her jam my music. Because I remember being in the backseat watching her jam Ashanti and JRE, and I remember her body language. I remember seeing her move. I remember her beautiful smile when she would sing. And I'm like, damn, like, I wish I could see her sing my music. You know?
Wow.
I know she would. And I ain't no bullshit. Like, everything I'm talking about solid. So, like, I know she would feel it even more. Like, damn, my son gangster. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know she would love it, bro.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about how many people you touch and inspire, and how many people love your music, how many
Correct.
people you excite.
Correct.
You know, I mean, you excite people. Those songs come on, people get excited.
Correct.
She would be very happy with that.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing.